Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Zero Escape the Nonary Games. Today we are leaving? Maybe? I mean, there's no way we're ending the game anytime soon, it looks like, but still, we're leaving this room. Alright, let's just swipe this card. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah, now we can get back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei, we don't have time. Yeah, the ship's sinking, let's go. Also, like, what the hell? Why am I here? Like, actually, why is anyone but the people that caused this shit here? Santa. Like, if it was revenge, just kidnap them and torture them in a garage or something. Seek a way out again. Okay.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger. You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card, too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know.
I got rid of it. I threw it away.
All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key. Let's see if you work.
It doesn't. It's rude.
It says incinerator.
Oh, we're here. Woo.
So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door. Yeah, right here. Pull that and the door should open.
Pull the string.
Got it.
I don't want to go in there.
Let's go. What the hell is going on?
That's a good question.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
June, there's some fucking weird shit going on. We need to talk.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
Are you dead? Are you a zombie?
I'm so glad you're here.
You look really good for someone that was in an incinerator.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good.
Yeah, that's a trend.
I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
What's wrong with Santa?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Where's Lotus?
You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Did you get shot?
I have it.
Oh, does Ace have it?
I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
They?
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Hi.
Ace.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
Pain? Oh, wait till we get a hold of you, dog.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't
That
want
is a
to
good
answer, it makes no
question.
difference.
We didn't
to
go
me.
that route. Not in this timeline.
This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this,
With what?
9.
The ninth man.
Ah.
Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Where'd you get that mask, by the way, Santa? I want one.
How are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now.
Really? Dog, do you see this flowchart? This game ain't ending for a little bit.
I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending.
Have you seen the endings we've gone through?
I suggest you enjoy your final moments.
Actually, to be fair, I guess you lived through most of those endings. Pretty sure Clover asked you a question after she was done with us, though.
Goodbye.
Wait!
What? Why isn't it opening? One more time.
Oh, that looks like you're breaking her arm.
Now open!
Punch him in the nuts. He'll probably drop the gun.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Error.
Now!
Yeah! Super Saiyan 7!
No!
Good, now step on his neck!
That was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit.
Yeah!
After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces.
Do it!
But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good.
Oh, you don't have to rip out his tongue. Start with his knees.
Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right.
How'd you kill
We'll just go
Captain
through 'em in
Zero?
order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone.
That's what you said in the last route.
You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself,
Because you're apparently a greedy idiot.
so that you could make use of its power. In fact,
Could've just had him
you did
work
use
with
it in
you.
the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first.
So, like, alternate timeline Junpei is feeding this Junpei the information, right? Through those fields. Is that what's going on here? Like, all the other routes that we went through as Junpei, it ended up dying in all but one of them. We're just feeding him the information?
Next was Nijisaki.
Or they're just feeding him the information?
While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki.
So you couldn't tell the
was Snake.
hairdo apart?
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me.
Understandably.
But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him.
How'd you kill the captain?
That was when you decided you had to kill him.
It was old blood.
The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in.
Yeah, it looks like he pushed him, really.
9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
Poor? The dude that helped kidnap kids and put them through
Snake
experiments?
is still alive?
And killed one of them?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
Poor? Sounds like he got what he deserved.
Thank you for killing the wrong man. But I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death.
Yeah, that one.
When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course, you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it.
I thought it was old blood, dried blood.
You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
Really?
One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote.
By the way, I cheated, everyone.
That wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate, but what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it, but why?
I thought it was old blood.
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1, there are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary Game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I've prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship.
I mean, if you weren't such a dick, we probably wouldn't be in this situation, right?
To make your confession more credible,
Why are we in
the?
Why am I here?
In the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else.
He did say it was old blood, didn't it?
If I could, then my alibi
Did I just
would be
hallucinate
set.
that shit? Like he was dead for a while?
At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
That's great and all.
Did everything he wanted me to do.
Can we talk about Akane, though?
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
I don't even understand why he would want to keep the blood off his own hands.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right?
Why is Lotus and I here then? Or Clover even? Or Snake? Or Seven?
Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero.
So why am I here, Santa?
And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's two things you got wrong. Number one, I ain't Zero.
Okay.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things?
Sure.
You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game. To save someone.
Okay.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister.
Yeah, what? About that. Why is she over there and an adult?
To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head,
Are we looking for
feels like it's
June
gonna
now?
pop.
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
Can we knock out Ace? Or tie him up or something?
The Nonary project. I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information?
I mean,
That was what
clearly.
this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q.
Are we gonna do that time travel thing that was talked about earlier? I thought it was like just a look into the past.
The 9 children trapped in Building Q.
Is
were
that where this
faced
is
with numerous
going?
Puzzles, copies of identical ones
Wait,
in the Gigantic.
shut up for a second, Santa. Is that why she had a fever in the other past and disappeared? This is a time travel game? Is that what you're getting at? How?
They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but
Okay, that's fine. That's true. I had a question about that while you guys were on the same ship, but what the fuck does Alice have to do with any of this? All ice. Why was she brought up so many times? And shown in the intro scenes and the ending scenes.
But there was a
The
mistake.
clips.
Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic.
No, okay. I was gonna say, is this Akane like the ghost that haunts the Gigantic or something? And it's not actually time travel?
I think I've told you enough.
Do you know that
You
June
get it,
is
don't
supposed
you?
to be your Akane sister?
I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb.
I'm not playing.
You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia?
Well, in another timeline, Lotus told me.
How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nichisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
I mean, it was a fancy coffin.
Well, that's...
Okay, hi. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. Okay, is alternate timeline Junpei 0, then? If Santa isn't 0? The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into two branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backwards. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about the one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens to on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I'm also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0, not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0! Sick. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh, shit.
Freeze.
Oh, shoot him. I don't give a shit. Santa's got a gun. Santa's got a gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun in his head.
Get up.
Santa isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
Okay. That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. It looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
Yeah?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
I don't know.
Oh my
I would have
gosh.
left Ace in here to burn to death.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
What a dick.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9? There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. 2, 6 is 8. If there's any combination that'll work.
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure. Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. She's good like that. Huh. Oh, man. She doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez. I know I said I wasn't going to need that notebook again, but it's still mine. You don't need to rip it apart.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
All right, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can look at what she was writing. Let's see.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
I mean, okay, that's fine. You were ready to sacrifice someone earlier in the game.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
I mean, I kind of grown on you, so I don't really want to sacrifice you, but still.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
She's not a criminal, dog.
Uh-huh.
I think.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
You want to cut off your arm?
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Am I 0 or not? Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you are about to cry.
That
Probably because
being
you're about to
said,
die.
However, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace?
Yeah, he couldn't get through.
I couldn't see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9!
But it's not?
Why? Why isn't it opening?
So what did Santa do? He did 1 and then... What else? His number, which is 3, it's 4.
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
He's right. It equals 18, and 1 plus 8 is 9. Dots.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
Hold up. Is this... Did they sample something from Nightmare on Elm Street? Yo, this sounds really close to like a theme in Nightmare on Elm Street.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way that in hell we could get to the hole 7 popped out 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at the door with a 9 on it. Guess this is it. This is the end. Dots. Dots. Akane vision. Akane's 0. Okay, I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. Junpei was a goddamn pervert. I felt everything he felt, and I'm kind of disgusted by it. I knew he accidentally touched Clover in that library, and I'm kind of pissed about it. And I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings, and worries, and fears became mine. My mind, my conscience, was inside him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. Dots. It started with a tremendous noise, like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in two realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as two movies showing on the same screen at the same time. That would confuse the living bejesus out of me and probably make me nauseous. Eventually it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. You have a blind man leading the charge? Look, I get it. Snake's very talented and can, and blind people in general can go about their lives without much assistance from other. I get it. He's in an unknown place, running full sprint down a hallway blind? That just sounds dangerous. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary Games began. We were starting to fall apart. Just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone?
Dude, your name's
Could you
Light?
come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around
I
him.
have a little sister. She is very important to me.
She likes axes.
Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
That is a shitty birthday. As he spoke, he pulled something out of his pocket. In his hands were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind.
You
For a
found
man who
9
can't see,
4-leaf
collecting 9 of a
clovers?
very specific plant is
Blind?
well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate.
How? How long were you outside touching clovers to try to find 4-leaf ones?
Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover.
Is Clover her real name?
For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
I still think you're making that up.
Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. Dots. Dots. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and we walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. 1 second. Okay, we still got a ways to go. Yeah. Keep going with this. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was only 1. But If there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already.
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Whoa.
Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say?
You're gonna burn to death, that's what it said.
That didn't sound good.
No. My brother always swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
Dots. The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down the hall, into the hall. We came out on the other side of the door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those, and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me was Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the one who have gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across the many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized...
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
Oh my god. Did you get caught by frickin' Acehole because you went back for Jumpy's present? I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. Before I knew it, I couldn't tell the others. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure of that. Yeah, with good fucking reason. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran into the central hall, the room that connected all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and a moment later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the stairs. How did you hide there? Dots? I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran in the hallway and looked around frenetically.
There it is!
It was just there where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stair of freedom, I got what was coming to me, apparently. Why would you go back? Why? That is just a dumb thing to do. The door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as someone who had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
Oh, you were the 5 bracelet? There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let me go. But then I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Seemed about right. Then suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo.
You came back!
I cried. But then,
You're too late, idiot.
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling both of us into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the ground. I scrambled to my feet and looked towards the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Dots. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket, removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly to the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I was nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, the 2 other doors slid shut as well. Dots? Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door. That was faintly? I turned around and ran towards the door with the number 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
No! I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
The dick? Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in...
Oh, we're in Junpei vision. Okay.
18 minutes.
18 minutes, huh? Well, that sounds like a really good time to end the episode, yeah? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, one of my videos, I can check out some of the content, see if it's to your liking. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day. This game has gone to places I didn't think it would go, in all honesty.